Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so we just had some pretty serious conversations had. We're feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit dysregulated. So I'm thinking that maybe it's a good time for us to do some relaxation kind of regulating exercises so that we can do maybe the second half of session on a little bit calmer vibe. How does that sound to you guys?
It sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. So I was thinking that we could do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. And so we're going to talk about 5 things that we see, 4 things that we can feel, 3 things that we hear, 2 things that we can smell, and 1 thing that we love. And we can go one at a time. And if you need any help, feel free to check in. But Amy, maybe you want to start with you.
Okay, so 5 things I see.
Yeah, we'll do that one first. 5 things that you can see. And before we start, make sure we're kind of grounded in our chair, taking some deep breaths, and then we can start. 5 things you can see.
Um, I see pictures of my family. I see some plants. Um, I see a giant stack of books. Um, how many is that? It's like
3.
three. Thank you. Um, I see my candles and I see my dog's urn. That's what I see.
Okay. What about 4 things that you can feel?
Um, I feel the coolness from the air conditioning that's on finally. Um, I feel tired. Um, I feel more relaxed than I did when we started the session.
Mhm.
Um, I feel hungry.
Mm, me too. What do you feel hungry for?
Pasta.
That sounds really good. What about 3 things you can hear?
um, I can hear the sprinklers on outside. I can hear one of my dogs losing their mind in the other room, and I can hear the air conditioner as well. I hear it.
Mm. And then 2 things you can smell.
Mm. I smell my mom's perfume because she was holding my dog. Um, and what else did I smell? I don't know, my dirty laundry.
Mm, same. And then 1 thing that you love.
Um, my family.
Mm. Thank you for taking that time. If you look at before we started versus now, do you feel any type of shift in how you're feeling physically, how you're feeling mentally?
Yes, I was very frantic when we started and
Mhm.
lots of anxiety feelings, and I feel a lot more calm and relaxed now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is this something that you feel like you could kind of train yourself to think of when you're feeling kind of dysregulated like you were before? Do you think this is something that would be helpful in those times, even if I'm not there?
Yeah, I think it'd be actually incredibly helpful. I
Yeah,
just have to remember to do that.
totally, totally. And that can take time and we can keep practicing. But I'm glad to hear that it made a difference. Um, Allie, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, take a minute, take a second, and get centered and find your breathing. And whenever you're ready, you can tell me 5 things that you see.
Okay. Um, I see my calendar. I see notes that my sister wrote to the family that she draws for us. Um, I see a lamp. I see a calculator. And I see family photos.
Hmm. About four things that you can feel. And it can be even something like I can feel the hair on my back of my neck.
Um, I can feel pain on my back from maybe slouching. I'm sitting on a pillow, so I feel that. My lips are really chapped. I feel that. Um, and I guess I feel very tired.
Hmm. What about three things that you can hear?
Um, I can kind of hear the fan going that's on. Um, I can hear the Zoom session. I hear my mom in the kitchen. Oh, I think that's it, actually.
Right. And then two that you can smell.
I think I don't smell that much, but I smell laundry and I don't know, this room has like a I don't know, it smells like my house. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Totally. Feel like every house has a smell.
Yeah, I can smell like my laundry, but also just like I feel like this room totally has its own smell going on.
Totally. And then one thing that you love.
Oh, one thing I love. Well, I have to steal Amy's, but I love my family.
That was great. Great job, you guys. And thank you for taking a second to regulate with me. That was really great.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, of course. Um,
Go ahead, take a moment, get comfortable in your chair. Um, Try and really pay attention to how you're feeling in this moment. Um, so, we're going to do 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, or sorry, 4 things you can feel,
mhm.
3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you love. You can take as much time as you need. Um, and yeah, so let's start with 5 things you can see.
I can see my cat on the window, trying to escape. I can see my teacup full of push pins. I can see my soccer ball next to the bed. I can see my shredder, and I can see my notes on my bulletin board.
Okay, great. And now let's do 4 things that you can feel, whether it be something on your body, an area of pain, something that's touching you, anything you're
Mhm.
feeling.
I can feel tightness in my neck from slouching also. I feel tired. I feel how cold my desk is. I feel the fan circulating air behind me, and I can feel my headphones over my ears.
Awesome. And then let's move on to 3 things you can hear.
I can hear the pipes, like I can tell someone next door is showering, or maybe the apartment above me, but it sounds like, you can hear it in the walls. and I can hear my husband typing in the living room, and I can hear cars driving by in the road that's open.
Okay, and then two things you can smell.
I can smells like surfboard wax in here, and I can smell grossly my cat's litter box. Classy things.
All normal things. And what about one thing that you love?
I love my cat Steve. He's my cat.
Mhm.
Aw.
And I guess I love Michael too.
I love that. How was that experience for you?
It was really grounding. I definitely felt like I could feel a difference in my anxiety. I felt
Hmm.
like I feel really present in a way that I'm not, and noticing like smells that I never noticed, like the wax specifically, I don't feel like I notice.
Hmm.
Um, mm, I didn't realize how loud the pipes were, and it's going to bother me. But yeah, I feel good.
Did you find your mind at all wandering to anything else while we were doing the relaxation exercise?
Honestly, not at all. It was really calm, really regulating. Um, yeah, it was really good. What about for you guys?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I like anything that's meditative or
Mm-hmm.
anything that just really brings you back to your center. I
Totally.
do. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I enjoyed it. It's
Yeah,
something you might, practice definitely.
totally. I
Mhm.
was thinking about like putting it on my phone notes so that I could remember it.
Yeah. I actually had my doctor teach me the 5 4 3 2 1 um, a couple years ago to use in, times when like you're really getting overwhelmed or experiencing high anxiety. But the difference is I like how this one adds the one thing you love at the end.
Yeah.
The one that
Mm-hmm.
I did not say that. I think it said something else.
Mm-hmm.
And it totally shifts your focus, and then you're thinking about something that you hold near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, think
Totally.
about all these things around you. Okay, now I'm going to leave you with one thing that is like positive in your life.
Totally. Totally.
It's like a closing positive note for that
Yeah,
exercise.
totally. Do you guys have any other like things like this that you use with clients or just day to day with yourself?
I use
Observing it.
box breathing with my clients because
Mm,
just immediately regulates, your blood pressure, your heartbeat, and it slows it down. Um,
mm-hmm,
and they always feel silly when I make them do it with me,
mm-hmm,
but it really does work. It really is.
mm-hmm.
It's a nice tool to have.
Have you ever done fire breathing or dragon breathing with kids? They
Mm-mm.
love that. It's when you
No,
wait, Allie, have you heard of it?
um, it sounds familiar, but I work solely with kids, so that
Mm-hmm.
would be definitely valuable.
It's definitely it's like the idea of pretending that you're breathing fire like a dragon, and you just kind of go and like try to breathe as hard as possible.
Mhm.
And the kids love it because if you say dragon, they get all stoked.
Yeah.
So I found that because I've tried to do the box breathing with kids and they were not into it. And then when I looked it up, I found fire breathing instead, and they think it's so much fun.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
Hmm. And
Have you
it's kind of
guys
like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if you guys have any techniques for adults, because
Hmm.
I don't know how many that I have.
I feel like the box breathing is a good one.
For
Hmm.
adults, totally,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
But you're right with the kids. I did try it with one of my kids, and they just looked at me
Hmm.
like I had 3 heads.
Yeah, they
So,
don't understand why that's helpful.
yeah, but thank you for the dragon breathing.
Totally.
I'm gonna try it this week.
Totally. Yeah. I've made some adults do it and they felt really silly, but I think it felt good. The other one is like the somatic tapping. Have you guys heard of that? When you do like there's one like it's like a
Oh, yes.
pressure points under your eyes, and then there's some
My
that are like on your
supervisor
neck.
taught me that.
I can't remember all of them because there's like 10, but this one under your eyes I love. Or it's like on this side maybe. Oh, it might be right here. And that one feels
Um,
really good.
we should